Hello everybody, how is it going? Yes, I know, it has been a while. We run teams, we kind of stay busy a lot. There's times I probably we could have made some videos, but we just been kind of focusing on driving for, you know, for the future. You know what I'm saying? Ain't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Driving for the future. Let me get this dang-o cord out of the way here. Get it dang-o out of the way, dang it. Put it up there just like that, dang it. So yeah, we, you know, last time I think we talked to you or did a video. We got the new truck. We were changing trucks, doing all that stuff. Yeah, so I'd like to say hi to all my YouTuber friends and YouTube family. So, one thing I want to talk about is what everything is going on. It's all you hear right now is about the virus of life. Currently, we're at almost 100,000 cases in the United States alone, which we just beat China in cases total. I think we're getting closer to 2,000 deaths. And there's still like 90,000 active cases, and I think 1,300 or 1,400 critical, maybe more. I think it may be more than that. I think it's over 2,000 that are in critical condition, and it's just crazy. But the craziest thing that I see going on right now with this whole thing is that nobody gives a crap and wants to do what we need to do to try to slow this thing down. Like, everywhere we go, I know the traffic is less, obviously. Like, we went to LA the other day, and I drove in there in the middle of the day and not once got in heavy traffic. Like, it was a breeze. But
I think they're taking it a little more seriously than a lot of places.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because everybody seems to be out and about right now.
Yep.
Riding their motorcycles.
Flipping you off.
Flipping me off.
Yeah, she got over because there was cars coming off the exit on the on-ramp, getting on the interstate. So she gets over to give them space to get on, and there's a car beside her, and he took off, and the motorcycle came from around her and like literally like started
passing on the right.
Passing on the right first of all, and then he goes around us like as close as he can, and then flips her off and gives her the bird like she did something wrong. She was just like she didn't have to get over, because the law is if you're coming on an on-ramp, you yield if you can't get on, if you can't catch the flow of traffic. She was doing a courtesy, but you know, that was, you know, he had important places to be, like, you know, clearly had to go drink or sell some crank to somebody or something like that, you know.
Correct.
You know, no stereotyping going on whatsoever.
No.
No.
That's just plain old facts.
Yeah, facts. Facts.
Objective facts.
Facts. So yeah, everywhere we've been, man, it's everybody is, you know, some places I've been, like I said, like LA, taking it serious. You're only seeing like essential people out and about, like that are probably going to work back and forth. I've seen more traffic around here, around Baton Rouge, Louisiana, on I-10 and I-12, and like these small towns, or even like Baton Rouge is a bigger size town. Like, they don't seem to be giving a hoot at all. I mean, my thing is like, we got a box of gloves. I've been using them every time I go in the store. So I touch door handles, I touch all that stuff, whatever. Even the stuff you grab off the shelf or whatever, like, could be contaminated. Smooth surfaces. You know, my military time consisted of being the nuclear, biological, chemical warfare. That was my MOS, was to train and decontaminate and all that stuff. And I have a small understanding of the biological side of it as far as warfare. And I'm not referring that to this being warfare or anything like that. It's just there's precautions you have to take in order to prevent the spread. And it's going to spread, but the whole point of actually quarantining and self-quarantining and all that, and actually abiding by it, is to slow down the spread of it, because it's eventually going to spread through people. It's going to take at least a minimum of a year to have a vaccine, so it's going to continue to spread. But the point in slowing it down is to take the strain off of the hospitals and stuff, where we have the chance to have the equipment to save people's lives and do our best. That's the point of slowing the spread, quarantine, is to slow the spread down. I mean, I just see people not giving not only two shits, but one shit. Like, they just don't care.
This is why, unfortunately and sadly, anarchy would not work. People are greedy and they're idiots.
Right? Yeah. This whole thing with all, we haven't spoke about this at all, but, we've been, I don't know how many Walmarts we've been to. We usually don't really go to Walmart other than to get some stuff we need, and we happen to be around like 3 Walmarts now in the last week or so, and you can't find any, of the toilet paper or nothing. I mean, no hand sanitizer at all. And speaking of that, here we have aloe vera gel. You can go to Walmart and find all kinds of bottles of this right here. So if you go buy isopropyl, 70% isopropyl rubbing alcohol, and get you a bottle of 100% pure aloe vera gel, take out 1/3 of the bottle, empty out 1/3 of the bottle, put it in something else if you want to use it, or just squirt it on the ground, whatever, that's on you. But then you take that and fill that third up with 70% isopropyl alcohol. Shake vigorously, shake it until it's completely mixed. Guess what? Hand sanitizer. That's all it takes. So you can make your own on the road. I think somebody else was talking about it. I forgot who it was, but I got on the internet and kind of did some research. I mean, it's quite simple thought process there, but the thing is, I noticed today, I watched these Congress sit there and everybody getting up and speaking about the bill that's about to be passed, so everybody get their money, and everybody is like, oh, bless the medical workers, bless all them, they're working so hard and all this, and they're the ones that's highly exposed and all this, and I'm not saying I feel like a couple of them said something about truckers, but they're like trying to get money sent to them, like to boost their pay. Like, yes, every individual is supposed to get anywhere from $1,200 on down, depending on if you make more than $79,000 each, or as a couple, like $150-something thousand, I think, combined. You get $2,400, and if you have a family, you can get up to like $3,600, I think. So, but either way, yeah, everybody's going to get money, but they're like trying to push stuff towards like they get extra money because they're exposed. Like, we're exposed constantly. Like, you're dealing with strange people from several different towns. Strange people. Yeah. All over the country. Us as truckers are likely to get it. And the thing that's scary to me about it is a lot of truckers that are in the industry are pushing towards that age group that's more at risk, and we tend to have a high rate of health problems and obesity. It comes with the nature of our job of sitting a lot and not getting the actual proper exercise we need,
or nutrition on top of that, or good sleep sometimes, depending on like us team driving. Like, it's hard to get sleep sometimes, and it'll catch up with you. But that's what scares me about the trucking industry, because, man, as soon as it goes rampant in us, which it will eventually, I worry about the health of some of the older guys that have been out here for 20 or 30 years, and they're pushing towards that more risk age group. It could really affect the trucking industry just as bad as anybody else.
and as far as making people sick. And it can be deadly, obviously. It's proven to be, you know, have a kind of a high death rate, you know. What's the number? I mean, you got 90,000 people that are still actively sick, and I think over 2,000 something now that are in critical condition. So that number is going to keep growing until we are capable of slowing the spread of it. So I just hope that people, it seems to me like this, you know, our president, like him or hate him, he's trying to be optimistic and say that, you know, hopefully they'll be able to lift some of this stuff by Easter. I just don't, you know, he said, and depending on what the CDC advice is, the doctor's advice, all that stuff, yes, but I just don't see it happening. As a matter of fact, in my opinion, if they don't start slowing it down, there's going to be more strict rules in place. They can shut this country down completely if they want to. They can enforce. We got plenty of military stateside. All they got to do is enforce it. I mean, I don't want to see it come to that point. I don't think anybody else does. So why not just take advantage of it and do it? You know, we know we're going to get some help with lack of bills. They're already going to like keep people on payroll and stuff like that that are getting shut down. They're going to, you know, putting out a bill to help keep them paid while they're at home. So, you know, it's there to help us. And yes, it's going to take a few weeks as far as everybody getting some money rolling, but you know, I mean, we're still out here working, and we fortunately get that money. So, you know, I guess that kind of goes back on me not taking any, you know, having anybody like talk much about the truckers and how we're. I've heard
a lot of people talk about.
It's not. Yeah, I mean, when I listen to Congress, though, they were focusing on the medical people, and that's fine. Well, they do a great job.
They are exposed more often to a lot of things.
Yes,
than we are. We sit in a truck.
Yes. Yes, they're doing a great job, and they're doing the best they can. And I understand like how it is. You're in a medical field. You've got people that are coming in with symptoms, and you're likely to be in contact. But they also have all the equipment they need right now. At least most of them. They're having a problem getting masks, but they're getting that taken care of too. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. I just don't want to see it turn out to be any worse as far as. It could affect all of us. You know, not only just people and shutting down jobs, it could affect the trucking industry too. I mean, it really could. So, and that's enough talking about that. Just wondering, how's everybody doing? You know, if you haven't subscribed, please go down and hit that subscribe button. Turn that red to gray. And also, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, you can give it a thumbs down. Hopefully you'll like it, but you know, everybody say something in the comments and tell me how y'all been doing. How are y'all coping with this? What actions are you taking to keep yourself safe as a trucker? Or if you're not a trucker, you know, if you're here on my channel, on our channel, you can always tell me what you're doing to cope with it. Have you been laid off or lost your job or anything like that? But
have you done what I want to do, like buy 1,000 boxes of wine and just sit at home for 3 weeks?
Right? I sense some sarcasm in that, big time.
I'm completely sorry.
So we ran a beer load yesterday, and normally with beer loads, they always.
Who drinks the Budweiser Clamato things?
Normally with I don't know. Normally with Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch, Budweiser, any of them, they always load about what 45,591 pounds, and that puts us at right about because being
no,
a team.
It was 46.
I'm not talking. I get what you're saying.
Okay.
Let me finish talking now. Now they usually put us at 45,500, somewhere around there, because that's pushing it close with. Especially with the team, because we got a little extra weight in here. And last night we went there over in Houston, and it was 46 100.
So
that's 600 pounds, right? We struggled. You know, the company that we're at, PTO, if anybody is watching this video that works here, you know that they don't, they take the airline off of the fifth wheel slide, so you can't adjust your fifth wheel. And it can lead, I've had it, it's very rare, but a few situations where I've been like, I really needed to slide the fifth wheel. Last night, the only reason I was able to take off with it was because first of all, we didn't fuel up all the way before we went there. So I had minus a quarter tank. And it was close enough that within 100 or 200 miles, especially pulling that weight, it would have been down to an acceptable weight. So it was very, very close. It was like 900. You know, but the thing I really needed to slide the fifth wheel. It would have took care of that extra little weight that we had on the drive tires. It slid it back just a little bit, and we'd have been able to get more balance. But I was like, you know, we can burn that off a little bit. We did what we could, and we made the best of it. But yeah, so we've been all over the place as usual. Last few days we've been all the way to Los Angeles, went to San Antonio, went to Houston, went down to Houma, Louisiana. Is it doing it again or what? No, you have to like reset it real quick. No. Just turn it on, cancel it, and just messing with the cruise control. This thing's got some sensitivities to the cruise control on it. It's actually been malfunctioning a little bit, and but it's only once you stop and reset the truck, like reset the key, let it sit for a couple minutes and turn it back on, it don't do it anymore. I've tried to research it and see if it's just a glitch in the computer system. Do not know, but that'll be taken care of soon anyway. So, you know, so yeah, we just wanted to do a video just to talk a little bit. I really do want to start posting more videos to keep you guys informed of what's going on the road. Oh, one thing. Y'all know I'm a weather geek, obviously. Most of you that do watch my channel know that I'm a weather geek.
Jesus Christ, please get off the interstate.
What? Oh, this guy?
God, like, I'm sorry.
Now listen, if you want to like relieve stress when you're driving, just do that. I've screamed, oh, what the? Ah. My doctor said that it releases cortisol when you scream and cuss, and actually relieves stress. So sometimes I just let it go, let it flow, you know, just like the Beastie Boys, that tempo. So yeah, you know, I'm a weather geek. Tonight,
speed up or not,
Northern Oklahoma, just go. It's not your place to slow down.
Well, it is, because I don't want to kill anybody today. Actually,
it's actually,
you know,
in this state, they have to yield to you. Some states are a little different, but most states, if you're getting on the interstate, you yield to traffic. You don't mess with the flow of traffic.
That's the rule.
Yeah, that's the rule.
That nobody knows.
And you couldn't get over. You had vehicles beside you, so do the best you can. It's all right. You're doing great. Oh, I know how frustrating it is. I get it every day, all day. Everybody that's watches this at the trucker, you all know.
Go home.
Yes, exactly. People, just go home.
That's the message of this video.
Yes, go home. Yes, go home. That's the message of this video. You have.
All right, bye.
You have a national or federal order from the government saying you can go home, and if any repercussions come of it, we'll back you on it. Okay? Go home! I know there are not that many essential people out here. Especially, tell me, how many people think it's essential to take your bass boat to the lake today? I mean, I'm just saying, it's not essential. I mean, it may sound fun. Trust me. I mean, it sounds fun. I would love to go do that, but it's just a little bit of sacrifice might keep your grandparents or somebody even younger that you know from dying from the complications of this new disease that we have out here. So everybody knows what I'm talking about. I'm just not going to say the name in my video. There's reasons for that. But anyway, so what I was saying, on the weather thing, everybody knows I'm a weather geek, all that good stuff. Today in northeastern Oklahoma, up into Kansas, Missouri, got a hot spot where you can see some supercells form and maybe an isolated tornado. But tomorrow is going to be a widespread severe outbreak, and we're talking about, and this is not where I just mentioned, this will be mostly targeted to northwestern Illinois, eastern Iowa, around Chicago, that little area, south a little bit from there, down to about a little bit north of St. Louis is going to be a target area where you got a potential of like about a 15% chance of seeing a strong tornado. So Torcons are probably about 7 or 8. That's 7 or 8 out of 10. That means within a 50-mile radius, you have about a 70% chance of a tornado being within a 50-mile radius. That's pretty significant. So if anybody that sees this is driving up in that area, you know, share this video out, let people know tomorrow is going to be a very, very rough day. And we all know there's a lot of truck traffic around that area. Even just the gusty winds from some of these storms could blow you over in an instant. You know, for example, when the Nashville tornado went through, right east, just east outside of Nashville, it was kind of traveling along the interstate to the left if you were going eastbound. So it'd been north side of the interstate. There were 6 trucks in the eastbound lane that the tornado flipped towards them and slid them across the median, and they ended up blocking the westbound lane. They were all pretty much over like a short distance of where the tornado was right beside the interstate. Flipped them, slid them over. Fortunately, nobody got hurt in the trucks, fortunately, but
we would get hurt if we turned over. We've got so much crap.
Yeah. That's why we try to be careful as we can. Everything's strapped down like it should be, but you know,
like the dog leashes and
I'd end up with little spikes in the side of my face, but
yeah.
So everybody tomorrow, just keep aware of the weather. If you're actually anywhere from a little north of Chicago all the way down to northern Mississippi in the Dixie Alley area, even into Tennessee, there's going to be some lines of storms that develop, but the worst spot is going to be right there due west of Chicago, about 300 or 400 miles. Just a big circle right there. Going to be high potential and supercells form. And they're talking about large to very large hail. Like when they say that, you're talking baseball size, and significant tornadoes. Not just like a tornado, small tornado rips trees up and maybe damage a couple houses. Like F5 status, EF5. So just be careful. You know, if you've made it this far in the video, go share it out so people got that information. I will put that part of the title. Got anything else to say, babe? Say hi to anybody?
Hello.
Hello. Okay. Well, howdy, Sheriff. How you doing? So, everybody be safe out there. Wash your hands. Take care of yourself. Distance yourself from people. And if you're not a truck driver, you're non-essential, try to stay at home and away from people. We got to stop the spread of this stuff. You know, at least slow it down. So, everybody be safe and happy trails to you. Peace!